Putting myself on the spot is apparently my thing whenever I have to start something new. And today I want to talk to you about my 5-year long journey going from a furniture designer to a product designer and to content creation. So let me introduce myself. I'm Shreya, I'm 28. I'm a self-taught product designer based in Bangalore. I work at a startup currently that's made up of 25 people, and I've been creating content on Instagram for about 8 months. So grab yourself a cup of coffee and let's get started. So I graduated as a furniture designer from MIT Pune. In 2018, I was 22 at the time. Then I worked as a furniture designer for 1.5 years in Pune and Bangalore while preparing for a master's, and I even got into UAL to pursue a master's in furniture design. I was 24 at the time. Everything was ready. I had got my acceptance letter in Jan of 2020. March came around, COVID came around, and then when I was about to turn 25, I realized that, oh my god, I feel like furniture design is a dying profession, and to succeed as a furniture designer, I'm going to need a lot of capital, machinery, carpenters, all of that stuff. So I was like, do I want to do this? This was happening when I was 25 years old. It was so scary. But luckily, it was COVID that time. And I found out about this thing called UI UX design from my friends who were pursuing a master's. And that's how it began. So I started exploring what it is and started self studying UI UX design for 14 months during COVID. And this time around, I didn't want to spend any more money because I had already spent 20 lakhs getting my furniture design degree. And you know how much I was making after that? 25,000 a month in Bangalore. It's ridiculous. Anyway, after that, in August 2021, I got an internship in a 10 people startup called Dybo as a product designer, finally. And you know how that actually happened? The founder had reached out to me for a furniture design job, and I told him that I was transitioning from a furniture designer to a UX designer, and that's how I got the internship. So from there, August 2021 to August 2022, I worked at Dybo. Then that startup shut down. So I contacted as a product designer for 3 months at another startup called HallParty. After that, I joined another Series B startup called Jar. I worked there for about 10 months and I quit because it was just, I did not like working there. I actually quit without any backup plan. And the day I sent my resignation email, I met this founder of another company, and I was already helping my friends make their pitch deck, my friends from Dybo, to make their pitch deck for the next startup. So that's when I started contracting for both of these companies from August 2023 to August 2024. I just realized that I've done everything in August for some reason. And in September 2024, I joined one of the companies as a full-time product designer. That was about my career. And now coming to content creation. I started creating content in the first place when I decided to freelance, and my friend said, if you want to keep getting clients, how are you going to get them? Like, who knows about you? So I was like, that's right. So I started posting on LinkedIn because that felt like the path of least resistance, and I wouldn't have to show up on the screen or whatnot. So I put myself on the spot the first time, and I thought, just let me put something out. And then as soon as I put that out, I had the confidence to put more posts out, and then I did that for about 6 months. And then I had the desire to create video content. And I actually wanted to start a YouTube channel, but that was too daunting. Like, creating a 10-minute video was too much for me. So then I thought, again, let me take the path of lesser resistance and go for Instagram. But as soon as I thought I wanted to do Instagram, I was like, oh no, I don't know how to edit, I don't know how to create thumbnails. How do you shoot? I don't have gear. All of that. I think we all know. Like, we all know what kind of spiral one can go into when you're starting something new. So I started preparing, and I prepared for the longest time. Like, I would just watch hours and hours of YouTube videos of learning how to do this stuff when I had not even put out a single video. So in my preparation, I had signed up for another LinkedIn masterclass, which was a 3-hour masterclass. And 2 hours within that masterclass, I realized that I can just keep preparing all my life, literally, and never feel prepared enough. So I had an epiphany, and then I was like, you know what, this is useless. I mean, no, the masterclass was really good. I thought, like, what I'm doing is useless. So I put myself on the spot then, and I closed my laptop, took my camera, and I hadn't been on Instagram for 3 years before that. So I took my camera, I started recording myself literally on my front camera, and I was like, okay, I'm Shreya, I'm a product designer, and I'm going to talk about my freelance journey, and that's it. I edited it on Instagram, and I just posted it. So coming to my content creation journey, as soon as I put my first video up, I started getting tons of ideas to the point where I couldn't sleep at night, honestly. Like my sleep schedule was fucked for the longest time. After it, like a month or two in, I started feeling really tired. Like I was working at two companies, I was trying to create content, I was trying to figure editing out, writing scripts, shooting myself and everything. And I was just getting quite tired, and I was seeing the motivation decline. So that's when I picked up a new challenge for myself. So back then I was using a iPhone 12 to record my videos, and the phone was kind of dying. So I was like, that's a good opportunity. Let me set a challenge for myself where if I create 100 videos, I'll buy myself an iPhone 15. And I hadn't realized how important that goal would be, because after I set that goal, I would keep like, oh, like 99 videos away from my iPhone, 98 videos away from my iPhone. And the nature of the goal was also very important now when I look back, because the goal was dependent on my input and not that I can control, and not on some external factor like number of followers or whatever that I absolutely cannot control. So yeah, that was great that I picked up a goal that measured input. So long story short, I created about 80 to 90 videos on Instagram from Feb 24 till today, and I went from 300 to 31.9k followers as of today, I think. And yeah, it's great. Like I really enjoyed Instagram. I totally forgot to have my coffee. Now coming to YouTube, I actually wanted to start creating YouTube videos for a year now. When I was scripting this video, I saw a journal entry from about a year ago where I was like, I want to start creating YouTube videos, but I'm too scared. How do I start? And instead I started on Instagram, and I'm so happy that I did. Like I'm just so happy that I took some kind of action. I learned so much. I met so many wonderful people on Instagram. I have a great community there. And maybe now you're wondering, why do you want to do YouTube? I personally love watching long form videos. I don't enjoy watching reels myself actually. Like I feel very disoriented after I've watched a lot of reels. But I love watching YouTube videos. I think I spend like 15 to 30 minutes every day on YouTube, despite how busy I am. And I realized that while creating reels on Instagram and being on Instagram is a lot of fun and also very forgiving, because like people forget very quickly what they've seen. But creating those 45 to 60-second videos was so difficult, because you have to literally chop everything down. You have to optimize to fit everything in 45 to 60 seconds, which is a great challenge, I'm sure. So I realized that I was spending a lot of energy during editing and like cutting stuff down rather than on thinking what I should talk about or scripting well. And I realized that that's not what I want to optimize for. Like I want to talk about stuff in depth. So on Instagram, I found myself creating very like superficial and couldn't get into the depth of the content, obviously because of the time duration. And then I was like, I think it's just time to move to YouTube. So this happened a week ago, and then I never found the time to do it. And yesterday I was like, no, I have to fucking do it. So yesterday I wrote down the video. I was supposed to even record this video yesterday, but I was just too sleepy. So I woke up at 6 today, and here we are. Like about a month or two, I had decided that I want to start doing YouTube videos. But as it turns out, no matter how many times you've done this in the past, like I did this for LinkedIn and Instagram, but I was still not prepared to start YouTube. I went back to the loop of learning how to create YouTube thumbnails, how to create your first YouTube video, all of that for 2 months before making anything at all. 8 months ago, I was at the same spot, and I was doing the same thing again. Like whenever somebody asked me how to, how do I start making Instagram reels, I would be like, don't optimize for that. Just put your first video out. Don't optimize for what you're going to create, what you're going to talk about, and all of that. Just put your first video out. And I couldn't take my own advice. I spent 2 months researching and preparing. And I started overthinking about how will I do this? I don't have the time. Who will edit such long videos? La 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 la. So I went to Instagram, I opened my first video, and I'm like, wow, I did that then. Why can't I do this right now? So that's what I'm doing right now. So what you can expect on YouTube, my lessons from freelancing, how I self-studied UX design, the challenges I face in my current job. I'm also kind of going towards management along with design. It's a very small part of my career right now, but I'll be talking about that. How I upskill, things I learn, how I manage my time, everything that's going to propel my career forward. Yeah. So, looking back, I'm going to share 5 things that I've learned from the 5 years that have gone by. You have to start before you can start getting good at something. Putting out a bad first piece will do much more for you than a year of preparation, literally, in my case. The daunting feeling of doing something new will never go away. Instead, what you can do is expose yourself to the lowest hanging fruit, which in my case, when I wanted to start a YouTube video, was the Instagram video. I have to keep reminding myself that all my favorite designers or creators all started from day one. Like, they weren't as good as they are today. I am seeing them today, but they started way before that, like 5, 10, 15 years before that. And I have to keep reminding myself that. And I think we all do. We expect to be amazing at something without doing any work, which is not fair. And if I want to do anything, build a great product design career or become a great content creator, I will have to do this for a very long time without expecting any kind of results. Yesterday I went to a lot of YouTubers that I love and I saw that they've been doing this for a long fucking time and they've created like 100, 200, 300, so many videos, and now they're here. And that really helped me start. And you should do it too. Take your first step today. And hey, I forgot to tell you guys that if you like the video, please like it and please subscribe. I would love for you guys to come along on my journey. And thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.